Thank you, Los Angeles. Well. We love you a bit too much to leave you just yet. You've made us feel very welcome. And I think I can certainly say this is a good day in LA.
Hey, what up, that group? No games right now, not till after lunch, but looking at some Shin JinSeo's game. Kick? Jump. I chose to kick. Jump. I guess white kick because that sequence gave black, well, gave white Sente, because black has to come back to defend, so. Okay. Well, I guess if I was white, I would go around between R14 to F4. Maybe F4, C6. I would consider those. Let's see what the pro play. Who game is it? It's Fantingu versus Shin JinSeo. Let's see where he goes. Okay, he does go up here. F3? Yeah, F3 seems okay. F3 or C6 was one of my other two guesses, but approach seems natural with his shape there. Yeah, as black, I might consider kicking and taking Sente and approach the bottom at F3. Right? So I wouldn't pinch here because it would just come in and take the corner. F3 is a better direction. C6, F3 is a better direction. Yeah, because it works well with his stones. I agree. Let's see what black does. Black might just Tenaku here too. So he does Tenaku. And he goes and he attacks these stones. How to defend as white. Just drop down, pinch. Or kick. Nah, kick leaves a lot of Anji, it looks like. Maybe just drop down. Or pinch. I'm guessing. Whoa. Okay. Did not guess this move. Wonder what's the meaning behind this one. No idea. I don't know what white's trying to accomplish. So black drops down and then white jump out. Then I'm guessing black's gonna jump. And then now this white press. That seems like the flow of the game is pretty good for white. And they came into a fight for, oh, okay, so if they do press, Hane probably pull out. Okay. Push in. Would you do this one? Is this Sente or this? Block. Huh. Black Kosumi to put pressure on this group still. White would maybe lean, or Kosumi, or Knight's move. 3 options. Maybe that's one too. Not sure. Let's see what White does. White plays Taj. Makes sense because Black can't push here. So I do that. Empty triangle though. I'll say here. Why does my phone keep going to sleep? Push through. So he trade this, and then jumps in the corner. Hard to understand. Damn it. Like cut probably to squeeze. Block. What server do I play on? Most of the time IGS. We played some OGS yesterday and some KGS last night. I try to play on all the server I can. I can't get on the Asian server because I don't have Mac clients. Okay, squeeze. Squeeze. And push here. Really nice sequence here by White. But this first. Here. Sacrifice for shape. Hey, what up, Z? And what up, Raynick? Just gonna study a low game before I go eat breakfast. I'll be back for games later. Trying to understand this pro, but since you guys just came in, this is between this is the new top rate guy versus some rando 9 Pro Fang Tingi. I believe that's his name. So he starts out innocently enough 4-4, then he plays 3-4. This bike gang is so freaking loud. It's unbelievable. So, but then this is modern now, I guess, just closing your corner. But I feel like I used to do that sometimes too. Not at the opening though. Not at the opening. For sure, closing here seems better. But chose to close the 4-4 first. Maybe prevent the robot from 3-3. You know. So that might be a good strategy now, I guess. So open with a 4-4 and a 3-4. But instead of enclosing the 4-3-4, you enclose 3-3 first, because then the robot can't have the 3-3 invasion. And he approached low. Black's back off, and then he plays a large knight move. So this one's trying to stay light and flexible, not really trying to secure this territory for points, of course. So white's trying to stay flexible here. And then after that, black takes sensei and approaches the top. I'm guessing it could be almost the same if he approached the bottom, but maybe it's because of how this corner is settled already. You see this here, this is kind of settled. So if black tried to develop this here, I guess it's not worth as much if you develop the top, then you have possibility of coming out here. So this area can grow some more, right? Versus this area. That's my opinion on it anyway. That's what I think. He chose that instead of this. The door is open for blacks. I thought it was the bottom, isn't it? The door is open. What do you mean the door is open? Oh, you mean this? Because of the high stone. Right, right. So this area is like a little bit weaker than this. But usually I like to do my approach. And here, the reason is if you back off here, the stone looks nicer. But I guess in this situation you can also back off here and it's just as nice. So M3 is an attacking move on that shape, for sure. And then here, white chose the kick variation for this Joseki, so he can get Sentei back, right? So black has to protect here of some sort, and once black protect, white use that Sentei, because Sentei is important for this group. Let's say if he chose something that's not Sentei, like backing off here, black gets this really nice move here. I'm studying pro right now. Right? So this looks really good for black. So white definitely doesn't want that, because now this group is really under attack. So that's why it's very important that white gets Sentei and do something, prevent black from playing there first. So choosing this sequence is pretty good. Black just defends here. And then white gets his Sentei, comes here. Perfect timing. Now here was kind of a struggle. Why black chose this attack versus something down here. Maybe the difference is not so big. Maybe it's just something he went for. We can never tell, but I guess the flow of the game here, at least I can't tell. Or I guess here is bad. We can rule this one out because then white gets a nice pincer here to complete a shape. So here's out. Here, I would say here and here would be two options. But black chose this regardless. And instead of defending this like something passively like this, I guess this is a bit too passive maybe for this may be here, even here, but I guess that's too passive as white. So white elected to counterattack. And then here, I think black could play this, but white will be able to connect underneath, I think, or get out. Yeah, so this variation is not too great for black here. I think the reason is you can sacrifice. Something like that. Maybe the break-in doesn't look that great though. Maybe just connect. Something like this, because black still has to come back here, I think. And I think this lifts pretty easy. So there's that. So you can't really do that, I guess. Black elect to drop down. So this somewhat defends white from connecting underneath this move, but then on white can jump. So that's what white does. But this move also sets up a nice corner attack too. If like somehow white gets surrounded outside, then this corner can die. So here white will jump, black will jump. All the move looks pretty natural here. And then white caps like that. I think this sequence, this next 4 moves is kind of forcing. I think most people would play it the same way. Then here, white does block, and then black plays Kosomi to keep pressure on this group. Also, this cut now, the corner might be in a little danger because there's a cut here, so the cut might be sensei if white isn't too careful about this situation. So here though, let's analyze the board. Why white chose to jump in instead of just blocking in the first place. Now it looks like he's running a weak group. And black left side looks somewhat settled. And that stick looks pretty strong with some eye shape in the corner too. Okay, and then there's attachment, pretty natural move for white to play to make shape. Black pushes and white connects. And then now we have black attacking the corner. And then here, white's dealing with this corner attack was very, very nice, as you can see here. So, you know, there's, in this shape, there's always Aji, right? Because you can cut here, and then if black plays this way, it's really bad for black. So black has played this way and capture the stone, right? But then white gets an Atari and forcing move here. So this is a standard shape with a standard sequence, and you're gonna see the forcing move. So then white just have to figure out how to be able to play this move without getting cut. Because right now you play this, black can play this, right? And then this kind of gets into a pretty bad shape, and then black can just live in the corner. So white can't do that because of that weakness here. So then white needs a move. Seems like if you look at this pattern, white needs a move, not here. So this push here, right, you have to defend. Let's say if white did something like that, doesn't really defend. So white kind of wants to move here so black can't connect underneath and threaten, and then another move here to keep this connected. Then white can safely kind of push down, right? Because if black peeps here and white doesn't have to force, then black's gonna live. So white kind of need a move here. So how does white get those moves in? Using the Aji. of course. So here, you can see here, black has a kind of cutting point group here too. So watch how white handle it. So here's the attack, and here's the counter. So now here he's using the algae. And then he blocks. No, that's not correct. Where's the move sequence? Did I mess up the move sequence? I don't think so. Or did I play it out? No, I didn't play it out, it seems like. Okay, so we do this. Although the move order seems a bit wrong here, because it's making new move order. But I'll just show you the sequence anyway. So he has to do that. Then white plays this to prevent... No, that was right, okay. So you trade this first, then he comes in, he blocks, right? Then black's gonna counter, trying to connect underneath or this way, cut off. So here, white counter with a tiger mouth here, keeping this group connected, and this move is not threatened anymore. Blocks. So that was Sensei. So he got one move in to kind of keep this connected, right? So essentially got this move in. So now he needs this move in. So, but first you can Atari. Then he can play this way, right? Driving the black stones. Then he connects up, and it's in Sensei. And then so now he cuts off black here. So the corner. Can the corner still live? I think the corner can still live if black goes first. Because black can just plays here. So let's see what white does. Does white Tanuki not trying to save the corner, or does something else? So here white jumps. So white trying to attack these stones still first before going back to the corner. I'm guessing, because the corner is alive if whoever plays first gets the corner. Maybe push through as black. That seems pretty feasible, because push through, white will have to come up like here, and then you can just drive white out. But that's one option. The other one could be jump, but I don't like that because it leaves a lot of cut point. Just jump. Maybe a Kosomi. Tough. So that would be my three options. Then here, but this seems like you're gonna get into a dumpling shape. Kind of don't like that because you block, and then tiger mouth. Yeah, that's not good. So the push, I eliminate the push because the push does not seem good. Because cut here, if you Atari, he'll just tiger mouth. Black's dead, so black can't do that. So cut through here, he'll do that. You have to do this one. And then black's gonna get squeezed. So here or here is my vote. Let's see what the pro does. Of course, the pros plays this lean. I didn't even consider this lean. The reason why the lean works, because if white cuts, right, this seems to be super sensei. And then black gets out in a pretty easy fashion here. So you can't really cut. If you do this, it's still not possible because you just do this and capture these stones, I think. So maybe not this way. Maybe that's too crude. You might get pressure there. So maybe just push through. Push through seems pretty good. Yeah, push through seems pretty good. And then these stones, This one, white has to do a lot of work to settle that group, actually, because black can mobilize those stones anytime. And even if you capture these stones, black has a lot of kind of like these eye pokey moves to poke out the rest of the eye. But this way, seems like black would be too comfortable also. So this one is a pretty nice move. In 2019, so next year, my goal is to start trying to find these type of moves in my own games. I think this will be the way to improve to 6 Dan here. Because right now, 5.5, I feel like is pretty good, but that's where my level is right now. And to improve to 6, I would have to do something drastic. Not drastic, but like improve a lot. And it's moves like this that I didn't even consider, which is, I mean, bad on my part, because it's now that he plays it, it looks pretty good. It's basically just a knight move, though, right? If you think about it, we just could find it. So here he knights moves. So let's see, as white, what would we do? As white, I might just take the corner now, right? Now the attack is over, you can't really attack him. So you think white will take the corner? Maybe, I think so. Or take the side. Okay, that makes sense. So white, this was one option I was considering, but then like, I don't know how he prevents the corner from living. That's like, to me, that seems really big. That seems really big. But, oh, I know why. Hey, what's up, Anna David? We're not playing today, though. We're just studying. It will all come back. It's like riding a bike. It takes me, like, usually about 2 weeks to get back. I see why this move is better. The reason why is, the reason why this cut works, right? This moves work here, we talked about earlier, is because of this push through is always there. So now this move kind of eliminates that because it captured these 2 stones. And after these 2 stones capture, black kind of have to worry about this group here a little bit. A little bit. So I see why he prioritized this than the corner. So the corner is maybe small right now, which sounds a little crazy, but I guess not crazy if you look at board position. Because this now is super solid. Whose game is this? This is Shin JinSeo or Shin JinSeo versus Fang Tingyi. I have to study the modern game a little bit because of the AlphaGo thing, right? AlphaGo and Leela and stuff and Fine Art and all the AI, they kind of changed the opening a little bit. So I haven't refreshed on my opening for the modern one yet, so now I'm doing that. So from here till New Year, I'm going to try to study the modern opening and catch up. And hopefully by next year, then we'll be 6 Dan. Okay, so black did not play that, by the way. That's small. So white did that, and black came back and fixed his shape here, right? So as we said, so what our intuition told us, what white was trying to do and black was trying to do was correct. So instead of taking the corner, what white did was take this stone and make this cut work again. So now, since it worked again, blacks say, hey, I'm gonna make it not work again, because I still gotta run this group out. So he plays this move. But what this move also does is block white in, right? While he's trying to help this group. Because if white gets cut off and the corner, black can play the corner live, and then this whole thing dies. So that's pretty big. So this move is a kind of like an offensive defensive move. A move that has two things in one, you know? So, hello, time of. His rating's really high. Yeah, he's #1. He's been crushing it, to say the least. Study on Fox Pritsuna. I don't have Fox. I don't have Fox, unfortunately. So I'm just going through the app. So he blocks. As white here, I would say once he block, I would have to kill the corner, right? Correct? I mean, this is the last hurrah. So he does push here first, which is sensei for him. So black needs to do this, right? So that's forcing. Okay. And then after black does that, he can't cut. So what will white do here? White can't cut, can he? Well, maybe he can. I have to look at this here. If white cut here this time, white plays that, like that. Is that too many weak points? Even though this is an Atari. Yeah, that's not too many weak points, because that works, and then you just go through all the Atari here and capture that. Right. No, you can't do that. Okay. Something like this, maybe. Maybe not, since it's might turn to. Oh, excuse me. Might turn to a Seki. So maybe black would just do this, but capture that. Although the outside does look good for white at this point, right? Or does it? No, because it would have to do this. Is that big enough trade, you think? Or white's losing out here? I think white's losing out here. I think you can do better than K13. Yeah. It doesn't look too great. A lot of weaknesses. So the cut's not possible, I don't think. So white's not gonna cut. I'm gonna say white's gonna go back and take the corner now. Yeah. Okay. So white does go back and take the corner with that move. So that moves prevent. So right. So now he can't really live. You just poke that out. If you do that, you just do that. So that dies. Come on, bro, with the subscription. Hey, Bill. Holla, holla. You finally catching my stream again? After all the traveling. So that kills it. So that moves, even though it looks kind of crude, it does the job, and it prevents the KO also. So white does come back and take the corner. So that's pretty big. That's a, the corner is almost, this is 5 times 4, almost 20 some points. 20 points. Yep. So, I guess here as black, I would probably, J14 looks natural to defend the cut. And in Sensei, black could also just do simple the simple tiger mouth with H14 also. But seeing how they are pro, I don't think he's gonna do any of that. Black found a really nice move earlier that we missed. Let's see what he plays. So he plays L17 to save his stones. Really? But I guess white is weak enough, but then white would just play this. And if you do something silly, you are going to die. Right, so he can't do that. So I'm guessing white's gonna connect here. Or even, white can probably even connect here. But then black will play this, and then white will have to come back here anyway. So I don't know if I like that. And then black has a possibility of connecting underneath. So I don't think I like that. So I definitely like the connection here for white. Let's see what white does. So black honeys, and white extends. Still trying to push, okay. So instead of playing all this one first, white extend first. Because if this push through still doesn't work, because of this, right? So here, if you do this, you are silly, because the tiger mouse works for white here. So you can't do that. So after you do that, white would have to black would have to defend. Well, no, not defend that way, but defend this way, the cut here, and then that looks horrible for black. So black definitely doesn't want to push through there. Push through is not possible, right, in this situation, as long as you no Atari here. So so white takes away the Atari and extends. So I'm guessing black is gonna extend. Okay, seems natural. And then now the connection, right? Because it's Sente. So then black has to defend something like this, or even just connect. And then white can come back here and just live pretty easy. So I guess this is just for kind of endgame. It's an endgame sequence. Where's the hat? It's not cold today. Okay, so let's see what. So white, black blocks, and then white push one more. They're really trying to fight for these. Really fight for these points. Because I think if, let's say, black does something to ignore something like this. Because this blocks, this allows blacks to cut through and connect through the bottom, so this cut's not so important anymore. But the only problem is, though, I think, is you have to really sacrifice this whole corner for it. So maybe he doesn't want to sacrifice the whole corner. Yeah, because the robot can destroy Moyo really easily. Like, the robot can really tear to Moyo, so it's really important to pick up points. Especially with new Joseki, too. You literally get everything destroyed. So here, instead of black doing that, black just solidly connects. That's really good for his endgame, too. The corner's alive now, even with a 3-3, so it doesn't have to worry too much. So since this is not Sente, I'm guessing white's gonna connect, because that makes really solid shape. Or a tiger mouth. A tiger mouth would also work, right? So here, so then like black can't really push through. But the tiger mouth actually makes really nice shape here if you look at this. So I'm gonna guess tiger mouth. Let's see what the pros play though. Okay, you see my thought process. A Don, amateur Don, and then let's see what the pro does. So he squeezed instead. So instead of defending passively, I guess, he's more actively defending it. Which is interesting because of this sequence, you can kind of block black off and kind of sente a little bit. So the cuts there is good, but the only thing is black's gonna ignore because that's like 2 points, you know? So black should go back and defend one of his cut point somehow here. Still say this move looks pretty nice and natural to me. J18 looks better than K18. The squeeze? Yeah, that's a possibility too. The only thing about that one is the corner Aji. So black's gonna have these kind of forcing move all the way through, right? And that reduces incente pretty hard. But so white doesn't want to do that, of course. So what white's gonna do is try to Atari and connect. And if black gets this connection, it'll be too good for black here. Because now this thing can get out in sente. So really here you have to block here. Well, you can Atari here first, but black can still connect. Hey Smurf. There's some Aji up there. That's what I'm saying. But okay. So instead of connecting or tiger mouth, which is, so this is, I would say this is more a Q response, or Don even, because it was either this or this for me. Well, after this exchange first. So it was either this or, but white chose this. And so now as black, I think I have to defend my cut, right? So what you're looking at, we are looking at the top rate guy, Shin JinSeo, or whatever his name is. Shin JinSeo. And it's spelled weird on this app. And then Fang Ting, some rando guy. Some rando 9 down. So where to protect the cut? Maybe here. Could be here. Super solid here. Not sure at this point. Black chose this. Okay. Okay, so let's look at the 2 variation. Because we had 2 choice here. We could have done this too, or this, but you know tiger mouth is good because you get eyes if you get eyes, right? You're kind of forming an eye, so tiger mouth is better than just straight connection. But which one? Well, this one is not good because the reason is there's a poke here, and even though you could push through, you kind of solidify white here and settle, and you can push through, which is okay. But there's a possibility of getting cut here. So if you play the other one here, there is a poke through to kind of poke your eye out. Right? Oh, my mouse is bugging out. But here you kind of have a nice eye shape forming right now too. So I guess I can see which one's better. But I do agree that he needed to protect the cut. So he protected the cut. Now as white, where should we play next? So this is a good exercise right here. Shin JinSeo. Wow. Okay, I was way off. Where would we play as white here? So board analysis say, okay, so the top left is settled, that corner is settled, so we don't have to worry about that. This group downstairs is super settled, okay? Well, the group up top, after capturing those 2 stones, gonna be super settled, so the shape looks pretty good. So there is a worry about the right side being too open here. Skin, or Shin? Shin, JinSeo. Okay, perfect. Shin, JinSeo. I'll just call him Shin. So white has a lot of things to worry about here. Okay, so I think I prefer black. White does have a lot of cash in the top corner, but everywhere else he seems kind of be behind the board here. So if black takes a 3-3, the corner hurts a lot. So white's gonna be floating for a little bit if black takes the 3-3 now, and he's very strong on the top left here, right? So you guess F3 or C6. Yeah, those are possibilities too for sure. A shop. Oh, sure. Okay, sure. Okay, and you have to say it in a Chinese fashion. And then the right side, there, although there's invasion, it's not like life and death threatening, right? So I would say maybe F3 or even G3 for white, right? So let's see what white does. So you have to defend that corner. Obviously that corner needs a lot of attention. So let's see what white does. Oh, maybe there's something we're not seeing. Because white played this. Well, let's see why. Let's see why white would be scared of that. Let's say black does choose to run this, right? Okay. So let's say we get our F3 and black run this. Now we have to squeeze, right? Okay. Squeeze, everything squeeze. We can still defend here. Now, is that a bad position? This group doesn't seem like it needs to... It can be attacked that much, to me. But I could also be wrong, because now black could have a possibility of leaning here a little bit here. So you have this, and then maybe there's an attack. I don't know. Seems hard though. You are playing another pro. You think black would play Q10 here? Oh, the split? A lot of possibility. I'm trying to think why white thinks that he needs to defend that. I'm trying to get into his head. Like, the board position didn't look too bad to me. Playing here seems it's painful. Well, let's see. I don't know what he read, but he didn't like it. And so now here, this just lives. So this settled this group, right? So he's not going to worry about this. So white's just saying, whatever, man. Come into 3-3 if you want. Right? So black can't get out. Even though there's a double Atari, it can't get out because it's an Atari, right? So this group is settled. So white doesn't have to worry about this anymore. New songbook? That's his name? That's a cool book. Well, that's a perfect name for him. New songbook. Or new Age of Go for us. Right? Oh, that's interesting. So I'm guessing here black is gonna either come at F3 or coming in at 3-3 now. There's no perhaps white just wanna reduce complexity. That is true. That's a good way of looking at it too. Like maybe he feels like he's ahead because of how big the top corner is, and I mean that move does give a lot of nice endgame stuff, right? Because this move here later for white is Sente, this Tiger Mouth, and then the slide in also does affect it, right? Yeah, so maybe he feels like he's ahead, so he's just gonna defend. I'm gonna guess black's gonna take the 3-3 here, since this is modern go, or the... Okay, no. Black's takes the approach, which seems pretty natural too, because white's gonna have to make life here. See, this is why we're amateur, I'm amateur, and pros are pro. So what do you guys think they play? What do you think white play? What did you think white play here? Does he defend his corner? Does he kick, then defend? What does he do here? Yeah, that's too easy. That's too broad, Smurf. Tenuki do what? White play Tengen. Tengen would be really horrible here. Tengen doesn't do much here. What does white do? I'll tell you what white does. White say, screw you attacking me. I play this defensive move, so I can attack you. White is literally attacking black's corner, because this move kind of let him a little bit. So I think black needs to block here. And might not even have to respond to that, really. White ain't no puppy, that's for sure. So what does white do if black takes the 3-3 at this point, at the bottom corner, and just Tenuku back? I don't know. That's why they're pro. So black does block. Okay, so here it's simple enough for us to understand. So he's not gonna block the timid way, then he has to live. That's like stupid. He's not gonna do that. He's a pro, and he's a top pro at that. So he's gonna block this way, and you have a standard sequence, and then white slide here. So as you know, if black defends something like this, that just looks horrible because he's a string, man. So that possibility is out. So he's not going to defend, right? But he has to defend, kind of, because this push-up is a cut. So let's say he doesn't defend. He takes this. This push here is a cut. And he's going to be in big trouble here. Kind of a big poo-poo here. Poo-poo trouble. One of those groups gonna die. Maybe he'll trade that. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe that sequence is not good. Maybe white wouldn't play that. Maybe white would play this. And white will murder you. Right? So so black see a little hint of danger there. So here somehow black's gotta fix that cut. How does black fix that cut? How does black fix that cut? But not in a stupid way or an amateur way and still kind of die. How do we fix that cut? There's some Maji there, right? There seemed to be some Maji there. They actually play that way? Yeah. This is the game. This is the game. Indeed. So, this one's a little bit harder to find, so I'll just play it for you guys. I accidentally saw it already. Q18. Nah, not Q18. Q18 gives points away. This is a modern game, every point counts. So as you can see, there's this poke through here, right? That black can kind of do and separate white here, right? And poke through works if the turn is an Atari. So this makes the turn an Atari. So here, white has to kind of do this, right? Kind of painfully got to do that, I think. That's the only option, really. What else can he do? I think that's the best option he can do. Okay, white say no. That's not my best option. I got this. I got this option. But to me, it doesn't seem like it's a good option to me. Okay, so he does that. Now, my problem with this move is... Now this thing is Sente, right? And this thing is Sente, then black have successfully prevent this cut in Sente. That's not good. So why did white play that? I don't know. What's white response? So white pulls out like that. Let's see black. So black doesn't play the other one. Black actually play a little bit more harsh forcing move. So either way, you are going to get pretty crushed here. Okay, this way is not possible for white because that looks super dangerous. Corner looks dead. So does white play that? I don't know. Let's see what he does. So that clamp looks very, very strong. Black could also play this thing. This way could also work. Here, white would have to come out this way, like so, and then maybe here. Connect here. I actually don't like this way for white either, but N15 and needs to CG. Yeah, it is. The reason why it works though, so I really have to try to find these moves. It's because of this shape already here. So you have a solid shape here, so that means you can force you can kind of drive your opponent into that dead point there. So, and then let's see what white's respawn is. He definitely can't just Atari, right? If he Atari this way, that's kind of too good for black back at this turn. I think he had to resist here. So he does resist with this. Let's see what black does. Black plays this. Now, white can't get out. Right? So that would be too painful. Way too painful for white here. Way too painful for white here. This cannot happen. So, to push through the connection. So, if white does this, it's still the same. Still the same. You got nowhere to go, buddy. You got nowhere to go. you're gonna get squeezed. So then what does white do? How do you resist? This connection is really nice, by the way. Really nice. There's nowhere for white to go, and there's 2 liberty here, so white has to be careful. So I'm guessing here white has to just go back and capture those 2 stones. And white does bend, I guess to create some kind of cut point weakness here. But then now I think white's kind of in trouble. Okay, so has to do this. Black comes back and Atari, of course, and squeeze him. Squeeze the hell out of him. He has to take probably a throw in. Let's see. Yep, a throw in. Gotta take. Oh man, that's a horrible looking shape. But it's got like 1 eye already. Sacrifice the corner, take the other eye. But throw in Atari. Okay. This result is just too good for. Oh my gosh. Shin is incredible. Shin is incredible. If you are a pro, okay, a pro used to tell me, well, this is like, I think he was studying to be a pro, not a pro yet. Maybe insane maybe, but he said in your game, whenever you play a 3x3 block of stone, you should probably resign the game. I think here white should probably resign the game after this. That looks nasty. Look at that shape. And look at the result at Shin, what he got out of this. And this is with white defending with J18 earlier. White defended here earlier. This is nasty. Holy crap, this is some nasty stuff. It all came from this move. But every shape that looks like a key is a good shape. Not that one. This move. This move is quite an amazing move. A man bun? Or man ban? Is that what you make him take handicap? This move is incredible. It's an incredible move. Just take a moment and look at this move. So the reason why I say I don't like that move for white, right? My intuition was right. That looks like a bad move because you're gonna get squeezed pretty hard here. Although I didn't squeeze the correct way. I squeezed this way. I squeezed this way, which kind of gets white a little out. But you know, Shin being the pro that he is, strong pro that he is, play here. And so if white does that, that is also painful. If you have to do something like that, that's pretty painful. So black successfully protect his cut, and then now he can attack you. That's painful too. But I'm not so sure what else Fanting he can do here. Even if you did this, right? So that removes the clamp stuff, all the clamp stuff, because it Atari's and takes the lip away right away. Still, maybe because of that, this way, black will play like this, and then you still gotta kind of defend this, or you're gonna get squeezed though. And I'm not sure that you want to make this many stone capture like 6-7 times. So it just turns out this is really a great move. That's all. Ready to go eat? Alright guys, we'll continue later after I go eat. But we'll save this game and continue in a little bit. See you in about an hour or so.